The Eastern Florida State College Titans are playing great baseball, winning 5 straight conference games, putting them in first place in the Southern Conference. Tonight, Palm Beach State College looks to end that streak and cool off the red-hot Titans. Live from Bruce Bochy Field on Eastern Florida's Melbourne campus, it's the Panthers and Titans, and it's next. It is a gorgeous afternoon for midweek baseball on the Space Coast. Big Southern Conference showdown as Palm Beach getting set to take on Eastern Florida. Good afternoon and welcome to Melbourne, everybody, alongside former UCF center fielder Alex Friedrich. I'm Jeff Radcliffe. Thank you so very much for joining us and having us along with you for another Titans baseball telecast here on WEFS TV. Well, Alex, Panthers coming in 8-8, tied for third place in the Southern Conference. Eastern Florida 10-5, first place, everything looking good. Number 5 team in the state, 5 wins in a row, but facing one of those bogey teams in Palm Beach.
That is correct, and the Panthers currently have the edge at 1-2 against the Titans so far this season, and it seems every time that the Titans play the Panthers, they get their best shot, and today is no different with them throwing out another ace, strong ace out on the mound, and as the Titans look to even out the season series at 2-2.
Starting on the hill for the Panthers is Mack Lemieux. You see him there, number 27. Scouting report, fastball 88-92, a change and a curve as well. A win and a no decision in 2 appearances against Eastern Florida this year. And for the home team, it will be Matt Myers, who will be looking to return to form, if you will.
Yeah, that is right. Myers came off a couple bad starts back-to-back, but looked to return to form. Like you said, he's a strong lefty, big left-handed pitcher, got a good fastball. And as we've seen on previous broadcasts, he's got a really great slider that he can really work off if he can command that early and get the good spin on it today.
He'll be facing a formidable lineup that Kyle Forbes in his 6th season will trot out. The leadoff hitter is Pemron Burrows, but watch Baylen Sparks in that 3-hole, leads the team in average and runs batted in. Getting set for the first pitch is Myers wearing number 8 on the hill. Defense is set. It will be Eastern Florida in the black jerseys with the white pants, and Palm Beach gray pants, green tops. And awaiting the first pitch as Pemron Burrows steps in. And we are underway a few minutes after 5 o'clock here on the Space Coast.
Starting off with a nice get-me-over fastball. Establish the inside half of the plate early. See what home plate umpire R.J. Diaz establishes his zone early and often in this broadcast.
One swung on and sent in foul territory along the right side and making the basket catch for the putout. As we look at Ruben Garcia there at first base, who just made the putout there. And we Capra on that left side of the infield. Navarro there at second. Lyle in left. And there are our umpires. Diaz behind the plate and Burgos straight away.
As we've seen many times at this Bruce Bochy Field, tons of foul territory. These guys practice here. They know what kind of territory they're working with, so you'll see them hustling after every single foul ball.
Brings up the second man in the order with 1 away, and Tyler Hallis. Hallis, freshman out of Chicago, Illinois. And he'll pop one up just on the outside edge of the infield. Settling under and making the play is Navarro. There are 2 away here in the top of the first.
Like to see Myers attacking early, getting early outs. Get these guys swinging early in the count, staying ahead, being aggressive. A couple easy pop-out outs to start the ball game.
That brings in Baylen Sparks, who we just talked about, the center fielder, batting .349 coming into this contest. Base is empty here as Myers delivers up high a ball.
A lot of wind out there this afternoon, gusting in from right field. See if
you can hear it.
yeah, the outfielders, I'm sure out there pulling the grass, making sure they get their adjustments right for the fly balls.
There's a strike. 1-1.
Myers so good with that fastball in the inner half to a right-handed hitter.
Myers, local boy out of Palm Bay. 2-4 coming in with a 3.82 earned run average. And looking to get a 1-2-3 inning here is the 2-1 about to be delivered from the left-hander.
The last pitch looked like they were trying to go away. Got away from Myers a little bit, came up and in.
And sent straight away center. Rodriguez settles under, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Panthers in the top of the first. And there is no score with Eastern Florida State set to come to bat for the first time this afternoon.
Coach Forbes and his Panther ball club batting lineup, aggressive early in this ball game. A lot of swings.
Early in the count.
That's right. Something to be said about throwing strikes early in the count. Instead of getting behind batters, giving them time to be more patient, see the pitches deeper, and relaying the information to their lineup. It's a quick inning.
Eastern Florida will trot out a very familiar first three batters: Manny Rodriguez, Norberto Navarro, and Vinny Capra. 2-3 in the order as we get our first look at Mack Lemieux here, at least in this game. And is it a positive to have a pitcher, and actually to ask Coach about this too before the game, to have a pitcher that has seen this lineup a couple of times? He says, well, it's an advantage for both sides, really.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's really a test to the lineup of the Titans, and also to the pitcher and Mr. Lemieux. But yeah, if you see a guy enough, you start to realize what his strengths are, and you try to adjust your at-bat to form around that. See, kind of guess what you think is coming, or what he's done well against you in the past. Keep that in the memory bank.
Sure. Lemieux, 6'4", 210 out of Jupiter, 3-1 coming in at 2.82 ERA. And against Eastern Florida on February 2nd, went 4 hits, no runs, 2 walks and 5 strikeouts in 4 innings. Got a no decision and a 6-2 loss. That was the first meeting between these two teams. And then back on the 8th of March, went 7 innings, gave up 5 hits, no earned runs, 6 strikeouts, and got the victory in the 3-1 win for the Panthers. So a little bit of everything.
Battle of the big left-handed pitchers today on the mound. Look to have quite a few more right-handed batters in the lineup to avoid that same side matchup, lefty-lefty matchup.
Rodriguez will take the trip over to the plate. That'll be our first batter of the afternoon for Eastern Florida. Manny Rodriguez, a 5'11", 185-pound sophomore out of Lake Nona High School in Orlando, batting .350.
That's not bad for a leadoff batter. On-base percentage, .422. So he's getting on almost half the time. That's what you need for a leadoff hitter.
So lined up in the pitch from Lemieux. First ball swing over to the left side. Cepeda and will eat that one. And the first runner aboard, Rodriguez. Little infield single.
We've seen that high chopper off the front side of the home plate there actually end up biting the Titans a few times today, or previous games, but today looks like got a little infield base hit go their way.
In case you were wondering, Rodriguez 10 stolen bases coming in to this afternoon's contest, and there's Norberto Navarro. And you think Rodriguez was hitting well at .350, Navarro at .375. Each of them 23 RBIs. The throw back to first. Not going to cause any issues. First baseman is Tyler Huggins, trying to keep him on. And there's a strike.
You won't expect to see too much action as far as base stealing with these two left-handed pitchers out on the mound today. It's a little more of a gamble and they're looking at you. A lot of pitchers can do a little balk move, and if they recognize it early enough and step off and end up getting the batter in a rundown, or the base runner, sorry.
Chopper straight to second. This could be a double play ball, and it's broken up. Not really a clean handling there by Luis Diaz Santa, and both runners are safe.
That ground ball had the making of a tailor-made 4-6-3 double play. Kind of, it's like Santa tried to rush that one out of the glove, didn't even secure the first out. So, big break there for the Titans.
Navarro reaches on the error. 2 on, none out. And now Vinny Capra.
This puts Coach Jeff Tam in a tough situation here. This is a perfect situation for a sacrifice bunt, but you got a hot hitter in Vinny Capra at the plate.
And he'll try to bunt and send it straight back over the screen. So down in the count here, 0-1. I was about to go to ask you just your opinion. Did it ever psych you out a little bit when you're on first? You want to look to steal a base and swipe a base against a left-hander when you know he's looking right at you.
Oh, it's tough. A lot of guys, they end up doing the first move and just go off right when he lifts his leg and just kind of take a gamble.
Bunt's laid down nicely to the third base side, trying to beat it out. Cannot, but both runners move ahead as Capra retired. They'll give him the sacrifice, though. Rodriguez over to third, Navarro to second, and with 1 away, Titans in business here.
Vinny Capra doing his job, getting 2 runners now in scoring position with less than 2 outs. Coach Tam electing to be a little aggressive early in this one.
Here's the cleanup hitter, Sammy Duran. 5'11", 210 out of Melbourne. He's hitting .413, leads the team in home runs with 3. Great RBI opportunity here. He'll swing it right up the middle, a base hit. This will bring home at least 1. Rodriguez scores. Navarro holds it third. Runners on the corners, and still just 1 out.
It's good base running by Navarro there. Coach Tam could not actually send him from second base due to the fact that the pitcher almost got a glove on that, and you're taught as a base runner at second base to make sure that ball gets past the pitcher's mound, or else if he fields that ball, you can get caught up at second base, get caught off the bag, and then you're giving away outs on the base path.
Good start. 5th batter here in the bottom of the first is John Capra.
Like we said earlier, these Panthers always seem to give the Titans a little bit of fits, so it's early. They can put a couple runs on them early, try to quiet them out.
Titans third baseman will take all the way and take a strike. John Capra, like his brother Vinny, won a state championship, Melbourne Central Catholic, back in their junior seasons there, right down the road, off of Babcock. I'll take that one inside, and the struggle continues for Mack Lemieux.
Yeah, it looked like he tried to do a little cutter on the inside half there, got away from him. John not giving any attention to it.
Ball a strike. 1 away, and runners on the corners. Take strike all the way. And now he's in a 1-2 hole. Big second out. A strike away here for Mack Lemieux and the Panthers.
Yeah, it was a good pitch by Lemieux. Coming inside, hitting the corner, keeping the batters off balance or uncomfortable in the box when you come inside like that.
Pull the string on the curveball. It was high. 2-2.
Lemieux trying to come with the backdoor breaking ball. Ends up getting away from
John Capra hitting .311. And the runner will go, and that will bring perhaps a runner home. Not cleanly fielded once again, and Navarro has scored, and it is 2-0.
Tam, Coach Tam staying aggressive, getting his guys moving, creating plays, making them make their plays. And there's Coach Tam there at first base, or third base rather. Doing a great job so far.
So Navarro gets to first on an error and comes home on an error. Capra's at bat will continue. This is Ciuro, excuse me. And with 2 away here, still a runner on second. And another base hit. That will bring in another run. So a base hit for Ciuro, straightaway center. 3rd hit of the inning, 3rd run of the inning.
Titans showing a little aggression of their own, swinging the bat early in the count, hitting the ball right up the V, up the middle, a couple times, scoring a couple runs. That was a no-doubter. Runner at second base going right off the contact, making Sparks put that one in the pocket, not even make a throw at attempt at home.
The errors making the situation worse here. The two errors extending this inning a little longer than I'm sure Panthers fans would like. There's Lemieux from the stretch looking in at first. I'll send a right down Broadway, swing and a miss from Jimenez, who enters this game batting .330 with a couple of home runs. That one low.
Ciuro not a huge threat at first base for a stolen base. Got 2 on the season, but with 2 outs. See what Tam elects to do. Let his batter swing away or get aggressive on the base pass.
On high a ball, and you know when I think things are going awry defensively, maybe you want to put the pressure on, right?
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. Kind of keep the pressure, keep the foot on the pedal there. See what happens.
The 2-1. Stretch and swung on and sent deep, but not deep enough. Easy play there for Pemron Burrows, and the side is finally retired, but not before 3-run score on 3 hits and 2 errors. The runner is left, and after 1, it is 3-0 to the Titans of Eastern Florida State College.
The Titans giving their starting pitcher Matthew Myers a little cushion, a little breathing room for him to get back on the mound there. He had a good first inning, 1, 2, 3, 3 flyouts. So for these Panther lineup to try to get on top of the baseball a little bit, drive the baseball, get on some ground balls.
Due up for the Panthers, it will be 4, 5, and 6. Cody Wilson, Luis Diaz Santa, and Tyler Huggins. So 3 freshmen. This is a Panthers team that last year very, very sophomore dominated. This year, 20 freshmen on the team for Coach Forbes, now in his 6th season.
A rebuilding year.
Yeah, but you tend to have every other year, I think, at the junior college level.
Yeah, you got to tip your cap to these coaches. These guys
easy.
kind of cycle in pretty quickly, fairly. I mean, obviously quicker than Division I school or anything for that matter. And you got to get these kids bought into the program and be out there for one goal, and that's to win a championship.
Myers set for his 2nd inning of work. Can't go much easier than it did with a couple of pop outs and a fly out in the last inning.
Beautiful day here today.
Oh, man.
The sun is shining bright. We had a little threat from some rain earlier.
A little gray, and the crew was telling me when they were setting the cameras up there and everything this afternoon, there was a little rain that went through, but better then than now.
That's right.
Don't want any delays. So here's Cody Wilson, redshirt freshman out of Jupiter, 6'2", 190. He's batting .314, leads the team in home runs with 3. Also has 3 triples as well, so he's probably got the wheels. If he gets aboard, he does have 8 stolen bases. Myers' delivery here in the top of the 2nd is a strike.
Once again, fastball in the inner half. R.J. Diet, home plate umpire, given the call, has been so far.
Chopper right back to Myers. Should be an easy play onto Ian Lyle.
For a second there, I thought the wheels was going to maybe beat that one out with how high that thing had jumped off that front of that plate. But staying calm and collected was Myers, making the play, making the turn and throw to Garcia first.
Yeah, see number 6 at first. So I'm not sure if we've got a number change, because 6 would be Garcia. I know that first inning it was somewhat confusing, but it certainly looks like Ian out there at first. So it is Ruben Garcia, we are told. Okay, so that's good. So the numbers are accurate. So we will make our changes to our lineup cards. As will Mark Dakotas, who's doing the official scoring.
It's not April.
No.
April Fool's yet, is it?
No, we got another.
Switching up the numbers on us.
A little day early. All right. At least the lineup hasn't changed, just the defensive formation.
Once again, the fastball on the inner half. Starting to become a tool for Myers this evening. First 3-ball count he's got thus far in the ball game.
Luis Diaz Santa. And did it touch him? Did not.
Oh, pardon me. It's 2 balls. Well, 4 last pitch. Now we get run the count 3 and 2.
One away here, top of the second. And straight up the middle, there's the first hit or not, as it's going to be stolen. Great job by Capra to cut it off at the pass, throw on to first to retire Diaz Santa. Wow.
What a play up the middle. Myers barely getting a piece of the glove on that. Slow it down just enough for Vinny to scoop that up and make a strong throw to first base. Good stretch at first by Ruben Garcia.
Vinny was, you were saying? Excuse me?
See if we can get a replay of that right up the middle here. Barely nicks the glove enough to slow it down, just enough for Vinny Capra to scoop that up cleanly, make a strong throw, and then the stretch again from Ruben Garcia at first base.
And 2 away. I was about to say they have their first hit. Denied by Vinny. Here's Tyler Huggins, first baseman. Huggins will pop it up before we can say anything about him. And Garcia will glove it. And that's it. 1, 2, 3 again. Go the Panthers. And it remains a 3-0 ball game.
Another quick inning there for Myers. Defense playing strong behind him. Has yet to record a strikeout.
Don't need to. Have the defense helping you out.
"16 pitches thus far for Myers.
We go into the second. We'll finally get you the official look at the Eastern Florida batting order. Rodriguez, Navarro, Capra, Duran, Capra, Ciuro hit in that last inning. So did Jimenez. So we'll have Garcia, Lyle, and then Rodriguez here in the second for the Titans.
These pitchers are moving fast.
Yes.
Early on.
So behind Lemieux in the infield be Cepeda, Diaz Santa, Hallis, Huggins. Again, they had a couple of errors in that last inning. Burrows, Sparks, and Wilson out in the outfield. And Olive is the battery mate of Mack Lemieux.
Look to see if the Titans can start this inning off the way they did last. Some runners on base early. Maybe get some early action, sacrifice bunt, hitting runs. That can all happen whenever you get runners on early in the inning.
So Garcia will bat for the first time here in our home half of the second. And Garcia, we had at left field, the first baseman out of Port St. Lucie. Batting .280 with a home run, 17 RBIs. Got the game-winning RBI in that 1-0 win against Miami-Dade on Saturday. Pretty good weekend for Ruben. 2 for 4 in the Friday game against Miami-Dade. And he likes playing against Palm Beach. 3 for 4 back on the 8th of March in that matchup. And the count will even at a ball and a strike.
I guess a way that I could compare runners early on the bases would be sort of like football. If you get a 2nd and 1, you know, you kind of, the playbook's wide open.
Yeah, you're ahead of the chains.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got a lot you can do, and that's very similar to getting the leadoff runner on in baseball. And if you get 1st and 2nd no outs, then it's definitely 2nd and 1.
Easy first down to pick up. Huh?
Exactly.
Garcia will chop it to short, handled by Diaz. Santa, big strong throw, able to retire him. There's one away.
Santa taking his time with that throw, trying to show off the gun out there at shortstop. Good hustle there by Ruben to get down the line and contest the throw.
Lyle. I'll try to turn the order over here. Something positive. Well, the lefty out of Palm Harbor on the other coast of Florida takes a strike. Batting .281. Only come on the last couple of weeks.
This is that dreaded lefty-lefty matchup that usually most left-handed hitters will try to avoid if at all possible.
Sure.
But you come across those good ones that really can handle that left-handed curveball, but more often than not, that lefty-lefty breaking ball will fool the left-handed batter.
So expect a steady diet of breaking balls, you're saying?
I would imagine, yes. He's
Lyle will step out and chop it right off the glove of Lemieux. Picked up by Diaz. Santa, and back-to-back putouts from the shortstop.
It seemed right there that was another one of those plays where Lemieux had maybe nicked that with his glove, kind of caught Santa at shortstop off balance, retreating back towards the 6 hole, making that play, and had to get rid of it a lot quicker than he was hoping to.
Sophomore will make his 2nd appearance in the batter's box. Manny Rodriguez will take low a ball. Rodriguez singled and scored to lead off the game back in the 1st. Weird saying back in the 1st. It was just the last inning. And he'll swing away again, and guess who? Diaz Santa will make the putout. In fact, he's responsible for all 3 as the side is retired. So no runs, no hits, no errors, none left. And after 2 complete, it remains a 3-0 ball game.
Santa getting a little infield, outfield work there at short, making them look routine. Tell you what, Eastern Florida swinging the bat though, making them make the plays.
So I'm glad you're with us here on WEFS TV. I'm Jeff Radcliffe, joined by the former UCF center fielder Alex Friedrich, our entire WEFS crew on a beautiful afternoon here on the Space Coast. It's the way Mother Nature intended it for the for baseball.
Yeah, starting to warm up a little bit over here in the southern state, but great for baseball. Great baseball weather.
Due up here in the top of the 3rd for Palm Beach, it'll be Shane Olive, the catcher, Danny Cepeda, the 3rd baseman, and the designated hitter Drexler McCaay.
So far, order has been retired, or sorry,
Yeah.
Their batting order has been retired
1, 2,
in
3.
order, yep. Neither pitcher has yet to record a strikeout though through 2 innings of work. A lot of swinging of the bats and making contact, just not falling the way of the Panthers so far.
Myers continues. Yeah, Capra, a strikeout victim.
Okay.
So we do the official score,
Right.
keeping us in
John.
line. Thanks, Mark. So Lemieux with 1 K. But your point is well taken. The defenses have taken care of business, especially for Eastern Florida. As both teams very aggressive here early in the count. This is Olive, the catcher. I'll take that one way outside, a ball. Olive, freshman out of Jupiter. Dwyer High product, batting .253.
Leader of this program behind the dish.
Take that one a strike. Went 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. And that win over Eastern Florida on the 9th of March. Another one off the mark. So ahead in the count now is Olive.
Very rarely has Myers fallen behind in the count. Look for him to try to even it up here.
Catches the inside corner, strike 2. So far he's faced the minimum has Myers.
Anxious to see how these hitters adjust if Myers continues to hit that inside corner like he's been doing so far this evening, pretty much automatically.
That one foul out of play to our right. Headed towards the retention pond.
Count full now. Myers just looking to give him something in the zone. Make his defense work like they have been doing so far.
And there's a strikeout. So first for Matt Myers, and Olive is retired.
Olive not happy with that call, but you have to take into account home plate umpire R.J. Diaz has been giving that inside half, even if it is a few inches in, maybe a couple inches off the plate. He's giving that one to the pitcher all day.
In steps the third baseman Danny Cepeda, sophomore out of Weston, Florida, Cypress Bay Lightning, the fine program down south. And that one's low, a ball. Batting .221. Did go 4 for 5 with a run and an RBI in a win against Indian River last week.
It's not a bad showing.
I'll make up for a lot of 0-fers and 1-fers. Drop up 4 hits. He's ahead in the count here. Now we did notice, thanks to Mark Dakotas, that Luis Ciuro now in at catcher. So we'll see if that's a straight switch with Jimenez. Maybe Jimenez now is the designated hitter. So Jeff Tam didn't like something, or thought there was something he could take advantage of, make the switch.
Could have got tweaked, maybe running the bases. I don't know. We'll have to assess that as we move forward.
When it gets away, 3 balls and a strike.
Where these pitchers get in trouble is when they start getting behind in the counts consistently. And obviously Myers last at bat fought back, ends up getting the strikeout. But to avoid keeping that pitch count from rising each inning, try to pound the zone early, get that early contact like first inning.
Chopper, oh, tough snatch there, and the throw gets away. Capra made a nice play just to suck the ball up. And taking second on the overthrow is Cepeda, first runner of the day aboard for the Panthers.
It was a tough hop there at shortstop for Vinny Capra. I was amazed with the scoop there. He did the hard part, just couldn't complete the throw over to first and getting the error, and was unable to. Ruben Garcia was unable to scoop that one, corral that one at first base.
Myers from the stretch for the first time. One fouled back is the 9-hole hitter Drexler McCaay, designated hitter out of Curacao. An international player, batting .224.
Looking to knock in an RBI here for his Panthers. Runner in scoring position.
That runner is Cepeda with a big lead at second. One away. Swing and a miss.
Beautiful change up there.
Strike two is Pemron Burrows, the leadoff hitter on deck.
Excellent pitch. Keep McCaay off balance on that changeup. Pulled the string. That thing dropped right out of the box.
Got one high. Trying to get him to chase something bad.
Yeah, it was another one. Looked like it was another changeup that kind of just slipped out of his hand. He's wiping his fingers afterwards. Was Myers.
The 0-2. Step out. Well, McCaay.
Look to find something here that maybe see if he can get McCaay to chase something in the dirt.
Swing along the line. That may score a run. A base hit. And it will be Cepeda to score to make it a 3-1 ball game. So a big rip down the line for McCaay. That's called turning the lineup over. So an RBI single.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there by McCaay. John Capra just out of reach as that ball was traveling down the left field line. Could not complete the backhanded play. See here, kind of gets in on him and is unable to make the throw, but good hustle there around the bags, and Panthers are on the board.
Burrows, second at bat. Popped out his first time up, and he will swing and miss there.
Mark that as a hit. First hit given up by Myers. I didn't want to jinx it and say anything, but maybe I was thinking it.
That was nice of you. Yeah, thinking of it was still a jinx, right?
I saw the perfect game go by the wayside on the errant throw, so.
For the bunt base hit, bunted foul. That will go for a strike.
Good idea.
Saw Capra hard charging. He's a long way to make that play for him. Burrows, freshman, batting .320. Coconut Creek, Douglas High School. Everybody save for one, a freshman in this batting order for Kyle Forbes.
Oh, nice pitch there.
And he goes back to the dugout. Strikeout victim number 2 for Myers.
You like to see Burrows maybe try to fight that pitch off. It's a great pitch, but with 2 strikes, you got to try to fight anything close off to see another pitch. And you know, sometimes these guys don't want to waste a swing, but with 2 strikes and a wide zone down there by R.J. Dye, the home plate umpire, you don't want to take any risks letting that one pass you by.
Here's Hallis, who popped out the short. His first at bat back in the first inning. 1 run in, a runner still on in the form of Drexler McCaay at first. Hallis, a product of St. Rita in Chicago. 2 for 4 with an RBI against Eastern Florida in that game on March 8th. So he's had some success.
Chicago baseball doesn't sound as appealing as Florida baseball.
So there's a reason why he came here. Unless you're playing at Wrigley Field.
That's right. That's the exception.
He's quickly in the hole 0-2.
Myers having no problem getting back in the zone after giving up that run. Unearned run in the error.
To Hallis. He'll pop it up. Center fielder Rodriguez underneath, and that's the inning. So a run on a hit. There was the error, so the run unearned, and it is now a 2-run ball game, 3-1 after 2.5.
Fair to say Myers is doing his job out there on the mound so far. Small blunder by Vinny on the throw over to first, but still with a strong 2-run lead. I'd like to see Titans dig back in the box here and maybe try to rebound off of that run. It's a beautiful sound here in those metal cleats.
Yeah, crunch, crunch, crunch on the dirt.
It is.
Well, we'll take this opportunity to remind you that Eastern Florida's athletic programs keep growing with 9 varsity sports now in action. Home games are played at the college's new state-of-the-art sports complex on the Melbourne campus that includes facilities for soccer, tennis, basketball, and baseball, and a planned new facility for softball going up right over yonder. The complex hosts major national collegiate events such as the NJCAA Division I Women's Soccer National Championship Tournament and is a valuable asset to our community. To learn more, visit easternflorida.edu and become a Titan today.
There it is. Always construction going on over here.
Yeah, change is the only constant.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of big things happening over here in Eastern Florida State College. As their baseball team remains in first place in the division, conference, sorry.
Norberto Navarro will lead things off. Reached on an error and scored on a throwing error. Back in the first in that 3-run inning.
He's been busy early in this ball game.
He was settled in a little bit since that first. Gets a strike, and it's 0-2.
Looks like the Titans getting a little taste of that inside fastball that they're going to have to adjust to as well.
And a base knock to right field. And for the second time, Navarro is aboard.
That was one of the best piece of hittings I've seen from Navarro so far this season. That breaking ball was left up. Waited for it, sat back, and drove it to right field. That was an excellent piece of hitting there.
That 375 average could be heading north.
Watch how this breaking ball kind of hangs up in the zone, stays back and drives it right to the right side, right where it was pitched. That's what you teach right there, fellas.
Shortstop Vinny Capra. Sophomore hitting .402 in that 3-hole. Chop that one foul.
Leadoff runner aboard. They got the playbook open.
2nd and 2.
I'm proud of that one.
Keep revisiting.
I don't think Vinny Capra is going to sack bunt this time through. He wants to swing the bat.
And he does. Sends it to the gap in left center. And tracking it down easily is Baylen Sparks. One away, and Navarro will return to first.
Good job by Vinny to get his hands inside on that pitch, get the backspin on the ball, but it don't think he caught it clean enough with this wind blowing inward today to try to burn the center fielder for the gapper.
From Vinny, we go to Sammy, cleanup hitter. Duran with the RBI single back in the first.
Yeah, wasting no time, swinging early too in that at-bat, his first at-bat against Lemieux. Takes a strike on the backdoor breaking ball.
Bottom of third, 3-1 ball game. As you mentioned in our open, every time you have a conference game, there's certainly an opportunity.
Yes.
Is down the line, these are the games that can either cost you or help your cause.
Well, yeah, nobody wants that third place position where they have to have that play-in game. The whole season basically rely on one ball game, so you want to try to control your own destiny throughout the season, and that is by not taking these midweek games lightly.
Nor do you want it to come down to that final couple of weeks where you have to scramble to make it in. Have it dead to rights and taken care of.
Exactly. Then you could run into bullpen problems. You're running out of arms, and then before you know it, you're not even starting the guys you want to be starting in that play-in game because everybody's been grinding to get in that position.
It's been a good start for the Titans, 10-5 in conference play. That is good enough for first place.
By a half a game, I believe.
Broward 11-7 going into this afternoon. And there's a strike.
First base is occupied, so no need to run to first after the strikeout. I
tried anyway, but yeah.
I'm guilty.
Habit.
I've done that before. I can't rag on him too hard.
Second strikeout for Lemieux. 2 away. And now John Capra steps in, taking a strike, just painted the outside corner.
Yeah, it looked like another get me over breaking ball to start the at bat. Anxious to see if the Titans try to key into that moving forward. It's almost a free pitch, like a hanging breaking ball, but
Capra, a strikeout victim his last time. This time he will ground out to short as Diaz Santa throws on to Huggins, and that retires the side. There is one hit, no runs, and a runner left. And after 3, it remains a 3-1 contest.
Santa getting some work over there at the 6th hole. Shortstop, those high, he's getting a lot of Sunday hops, but it's forcing him to make the strong throws, the quick strong throws over to first, and seem to be giving him too much trouble.
By my scorecard, he has made 4 putouts, and all 3 in the second inning. So
4 of the 9 outs recorded so far.
Certainly keeping busy. Also has the error though.
Nah. People don't forget.
Sorry to point that out. See, light breeze today. Beautiful day on campus here in Melbourne. With the conservation area behind campus.
Vegetation starting to get greener
as
the weather gets warmer down here in Florida. As you can tell by the beautiful playing surface out here at Bruce Bochy Field, this immaculate.
They'll give any facility a run for its money, that's for sure. Big wide field, you'd say it would be a very pitcher-friendly park with all the foul territory on each side.
Oh yeah, every single game you see at least a couple foul ball pop flies recorded in the ball game just because of that open, I guess, open layout around the sides of the field.
A lot of space behind home plate as well. Myers set to go back to work. Well, you would think if you're a hitter, you look out there, you see 310 down each line, 380 straight away, that you can have a pretty good day as a hitter.
It does. You look at the numbers, and those numbers look appealing, but you look at the field, it just looks like such a deep field for some reason. I don't know if it's the backdrop, but just looks like there's grass for days out there, and you hit a gap, I feel like you almost automatically on a triple.
Cody Wilson will step in. Actually, Sparks, excuse me. Reading the graphics. So Sparks to lead things off. Wilson on deck.
Myers continuing to pound the inner half of the plate. Did not get the call on the first pitch. Looked like a little low. But that second fastball up and in. Nowhere near the strike zone.
Sparks ahead in the count, 2-0. And drills it to center field. It will drop in there. This will be extra bases. So Sparks trying to spark things. And he tumbles past second and dives back in safely. Kind of caught between two places there.
Getting a little chatter from his own dugout there. A little something that they'll be talking about on the bus ride home, I believe.
Look forward to seeing the replay of that.
His body was ahead of the legs. That's what happens. You get down on the count. 2-0. Feed him a fastball, left it up, and took advantage.
Now Cody Wilson, second batter in the inning, and has a runner in scoring position with none out. Wilson, the home run leader on this team, so be careful if you're Matt Myers. And he will bunt foul, strike one. Let's go against tendency.
Yep. Looks like Palm Beach electing to steal runs when they can get them. Still early in the ball game, but
conceded 3 runs in that first, trying to work their way back in here in the top of the 4th.
Yeah, I'd like to see Coach Forbes give him the green light here. He's a big hitter, got some power. Kind of trust your hitter to maybe just use the right side of the field, but still give him the opportunity to swing away and get on base instead of just forfeiting the out for the sacrifice.
Fouled out a play off to the right. And as no balls, 2 strikes on Cody Wilson, redshirt freshman, the right fielder.
Be very surprised if they give him the bunt here with 2 strikes.
Came into this game hitting .314.
Myers, long look into Ciuro. Having trouble seeing the signs or picking the correct one.
Went inside. Nice job by Ciuro to block it and keep everybody, namely Sparks, at second.
As you beforehand mentioned, that deep backstop. Being a catcher for these Titans, you got to be pretty much a wall, or else it's automatic extra base. Maybe 2 in some situations if you get a bad kick off that wall, really.
Same time, though, on a pop back, you got a better shot at it.
Yep.
Depends on the situation, I guess, whether you like it or not, and it'll be drilled straight away center. This is going to be a tough play, and it's going to hop in front of Rodriguez. And runners will be on the corners, as Sparks had to wait to see if that was going to be caught. So luckily, no RBI there for the Titans and their fans.
Yeah, it looked like Rodriguez may have kind of been caught in no man's land there. I think off the bat he didn't get the best jump on that one. Those low liners are those tough ones to really read the trajectory.
Yeah,
and
can handcuff you a little bit sometimes too.
Did a good job keeping it in front, but kind of was undecisive on whether he should lay out for it or sprint full speed. Kind of took a few chop steps to slow down and corral it.
Big opportunity now presenting itself for the Panthers as Luis Diaz Santa. The runners on the corners, nobody out. So Myers sweating for the first time as he pitches from the stretch. And it's a ball.
little adversity here in the top of the 4th inning for Myers and the Titans.
Santa has made 4 putouts in 6-3 fashion. He was also put out that same way, 6-3 back in the 2nd. He'll be hitting into a double play perhaps, and there are 2 away. The run scores, so double play complete, and it's 3-2.
Yeah, that's what we would call minimizing some damage there. You know, the run scores. You got a 1-run lead now, but to get 2 outs for 1 run, you'll take that early in the ball game any day, especially with the lead. Later on in the game, you would obviously see the infielders in on the grass to prevent that run from coming home, but it's good play.
Tyler Huggins. With the bases suddenly empty. The Titans trade the run for the 2 outs. Huggins fouled out to first back in the 2nd inning.
Myers falling behind in the count again after executing that double play beautifully.
Strike. 2 balls, 1 strike now on Huggins. Huggins, a freshman out of Boynton Beach. Same town as his head coach, Kyle Forbes. Park Vista High product. He'll fist that one to center, and it'll drop in for a base hit.
Almost the same exact spot as the one earlier in the inning. Is that low liner?
Caught that low on the bat.
Yes.
Still was able to muscle a hit out of it.
Rodriguez has made plenty of diving catches out there in center field, but has just been a step out of range early in this one. It's frustrating as an outfielder when you do so much positioning.
Yeah.
You really don't realize it, I guess, watching, but at UCF and just growing up playing baseball, you're always looking into the dugout. You have an outfield coach who kind of positions you to the way of which the batters usually.
Sure.
And the results, you know, if they got a pull hitter, you know, you'll shade this way, and it's frustrating whenever you're a step out after you insisted on staying where you wanted to, but you got to follow your coach's commands.
Yeah, or sometimes it works the other way.
Yeah.
You were in the right spot, and then you got moved, and
yes.
Come on, coach.
Just always find a way to blame the coach, though.
Sure.
It's never my fault, you know.
3-2 game, 2 out. There's 1 on. Shane Olive, a strikeout victim, back in the 3rd. Foul tipped that one into the glove. Ball, 2 strikes.
Heading the count. See if he can pull the string on one of those beautiful changeups that he's been throwing when ahead in the count to these Panther batters.
Resting on the shoulder of Olive. We'll send it to center again. Chance for Rodriguez that time, and he had it played perfectly. So Olive is retired. There was 1 run on 3 hits, no errors or runner left. It's tightening up just a bit. 3-2 the score as we go to the home half of the 4th.
Myers still looking strong. Pitch count still got to be low. He's probably hovering around the 50 mark.
Due up for the Titans this inning will be Ciuro, Jimenez, and Garcia. As you see the wind blowing out as you look at the American flag, that post out on the right field side of the complex.
Great shot there by our crew.
And seeing the acres of space in the outfield that you were alluding to in that last inning.
That's right. It's
long way to home. Lemieux is still out there.
Very interesting baseball is how the stadiums are all different dimensionally. I mean,
Yes.
obviously in the outfield, the home plate and the diamond
The
is all
90,
the same.
90,
But,
90, yeah.
right, but you go to basketball, football, any other sport, it's every field or every court is cookie cutter, same dimensions. But baseball is always a little interesting where you can kind of,
especially in the outfield, and when you're an outfielder, that's something you have to contend with. You're getting used to your home park with how close you are to a fence, and then all of a sudden you're playing somewhere else like Rice or whatever, and it's a big change.
Yeah.
How many times have you hit a fence when you didn't expect it?
Too many times. Then you blame the other outfielder for not helping you out with the chatter. And you got room, fence. It's hard, but
you go to Houston and you had a hill, or the old Crosley Field in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Running uphill. Always makes it nice and tough.
I always used to love playing at Rice in Houston.
Yeah.
They had the beautiful backdrop in the city with all the huge skyscrapers in the back. It's very beautiful.
College World Series winning program a couple of times over. Ciuro will hit here. And we'll chop it right up the middle. Should be a play backhanded by Hallis over to first in time for the out. Ciero's retired. And the RBI single. His first at bat, not this time.
Ciuro, not the fleetest of foot, but legging that one out, trying to get an infield single.
Gian Jimenez on bat for the second time. Flew out to left field. So Eastern Florida's bats went quiet since that first inning when they tallied up 3 runs. Get back on the horse here. And that one a ball to lead things off to Jimenez. Here's the 1-0. Now one fouled out of play to our right, over towards the batting cage. Jimenez from Puerto Rico. 5'11", 195, entered the game hitting .330, a couple of home runs, 9 RBIs. And foul another one off. Waste the pitch. 1-2.
Not enough foul territory for that one. Over here,
talking about how much we got. Mack Lemieux.
Starting to see Lemieux get a little momentum on his side with his offense sort of backing him up.
Ball had some movement on it too.
Yeah, that breaking ball sharp.
Staying alive is Jimenez. Ball 2 strikes. Nobody on, 1 away. Inside corner is painted, and the strikeout victim is Jimenez.
There's that inside half they've been getting.
Very consistent there from RJ Diaz.
Yes. That's all you can ask for, though, consistency. If you don't like the call or not, if it's for both sides, consistent both sides, you can't complain, really.
3rd strikeout for Lemieux. And he leads Garcia off with a strike as well. Garcia out of Port St. Lucie. 3 for 4 against Palm Beach back on March 8th. Tonight 0 for 1. Titans looking to avoid going down for the 2nd time in order.
Yeah, people don't always realize the momentum and the power it has with baseball. It's such a mindful sport. Every pitch, every single at bat, everything is so crucial that if you get momentum swinging in your way, a lot of good things can happen for you.
Big cut, big miss. 2-2. Garcia entered the game hitting .280. Does have some home run pop if he gets a hold of one. Looping breaking ball missed. Full count. Garcia make this a little more difficult on Lemieux. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, unable to complete it over to first.
Eastern Florida getting a freebie there. A nice little strikeout. Base runner. Still recorded as a strikeout for Lemieux, but sorry, Lemieux and also Ruben Garcia, but they got a runner on and 2 outs. Look to see if they get some kind of action going here. Maybe a, I don't know, a steal or a first move steal. Maybe try to get something going with 2 outs.
So Garcia aboard on the swinging strikeout. Got away from Olive. Now Lyle will try to continue the inning here and turn over the order. Left fielder grounds it out to Diaz Santa at short. And now we'll send it straight away center. Tracking underneath is Baylen Sparks. He's got it. And that is the inning. So after 4, it remains a 3-2 game with Palm Beach coming up in the top of the 5th. Look back here, Alex, at what we've seen so far. A big first inning for Eastern Florida. This was the RBI from Duran.
Stolen bag, the error out at second. End up scoring on a base hit.
Navarro there.
There's the base knock up the middle. Scoring 1, unable to score both runners just because runner at second base had to hold up. And then we have Palm Beach getting a run of their own off of the throwing error from Vincent Capra at shortstop.
Yeah, Cepeda came home. And then in the 4th, a little double by Sparks. He ended up coming home on the double play ball.
So some good baseball going on so far here at Bruce Bochy Field. A lot of execution, small ball, also with some good hitting, some doubles and a couple errors, but hey, it's part of the game.
That's a tight 1-run game. Gotta like that as we head into the middle innings. Top of the 5th, Palm Beach will send Cepeda, McCaay, and Burrows to the plate here against Matt Myers. No action in neither bullpen. And no real big innings, as just that 3-run in the 1st, but Lemieux bounced back just fine.
He has. His defense has played well behind him. He's got Santa.
Yeah, you can't really blame him. There's a couple of errors that helped those runs score.
Yeah. Myers only giving up 1 earned thus far.
Myers, first pitch is a ball.
A little too far inside that time for RJ Diet.
Cepeda reached on an error, eventually scored back in the 3rd.
A 1-0 changeup left up in the zone. It's not where you want to see that pitch miss. Anything off speed, if you're going to miss, you want to miss down.
Cepeda will pop it up on the infield, and calling for it is Navarro. There's 1 away.
Navarro exercising his right to overtake the first baseman on that one.
I thought you were gonna go Beastie Boys lyric. Fight for your right, but is that or exercise your game? One of the 2.
Yeah, I guess.
There's Drexler McCaay. RBI single back in the 3rd. That's production from the 9-hole.
Another ball yanked down the third base line. That was where McCaay hit his last one. His last single, RBI single, was to down third base line. So see if infield maybe does a little shift. Looks like the outfielder, Mr. Rodriguez, has shifted over a hair to left center.
Right back to Myers. Easy throw to Garcia, and quickly 2 away.
You never doubted it, did you?
1-3 goes McCaay. Pemron Burrows, a left fielder, bat for the 3rd time, leadoff hitter. Fouled the shortstop in the 1st inning and struck out looking in the 3rd. Burrows, freshman, in 320. If he gets aboard, he's got 12 stolen bases. That leads the team. Strike 1.
That pitch, Myers had a little zip on that fastball. Showing some mid-game strength.
Burrows takes that one inside. Well, tight to the plate.
That was just a good pitch all around. Inside miss, also good take by Burrows. Staying strong in his feet. You hate to see when those batters start to jump out of the way or anything like that. He's staying in there. He's ready for that inside fastball as he gets another one.
The 1-1 is fouled back. Lights just came on. We just past 6 o'clock, about 12 after 6 here on the Space Coast. Plenty of sunshine left in this day, though.
Oh yes.
Crunching of the crushed gravel by our microphones. Sweet sounds of baseball, America's pastime here on a Wednesday. Swing and a miss by Burrows, and it's the strikeout for Myers. So 3 up, 3 down in the 5th. We go to the home half. Still a 3-2 game in favor of Eastern Florida State College.
Great pitch sequence there by Myers. 2 fastballs in on the knees, and then giving that little two-seam run action off the out edge of the plate to a right-handed hitter. Chased it. Excellent, excellent. That was probably the best pitch sequence I've seen from Myers thus far.
3rd strikeout of the afternoon as we head into evening. Midway through this one. Middle of 5, 3-2. Eastern Florida will now come to bat.
See if they can try to build some insurance runs for the latter of this ball game.
Got Rodriguez, Navarro, Capra. Batters 1, 2, 3 scheduled for this inning. For the faint whine of a train whistle nearby.
Yes. Got a train near the house, so I kind of just.
You just tune it out.
Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Somebody's iPhone, perhaps. Train whistle on the iPhone.
That doesn't sound annoying or anything.
Back out there, Mack Lemieux for his 5th inning of work. Still no action in either bullpen. 3-2 game, you wouldn't expect that much, but here's Manny Rodriguez batting for the 3rd time. Singled and scored back in the 1st and grounded out to short in the 2nd. Since Lemieux has kept the batters to 4 in the 3rd and 4th inning. He'll have to bunt his way on, and he'll do so foul, so he'll trot back.
Manny, the leadoff hitter tonight, has 23 RBIs, tied for 2nd.
From the leadoff spot.
From the leadoff spot. That's very strange, but he's getting it done from doing his job on the leadoff position, getting on base, scoring runs. Also,
had some good games against Palm Beach so far this season. 3 for 4, a couple runs scored, and that win on February 2nd as he takes a ball, and then 3 for 4 again with an RBI in that loss on the 9th of March. So he likes seeing Green on the other side. Go for Green when he's hit that one all the way inside a ball.
Manny Rodriguez and the on-deck batter Navarro have eerily strange, similar statistics, with both of them scoring 29 runs and both of them with 23 RBIs going into this game.
So this one deep to the gap and caught by Burrows, who had it tracked. One away.
Navarro with one more hit. 51 hits coming into this game, and Manny Rodriguez with 50.
Gosh, really, just one hit difference.
Yeah, one hit difference, same run, same RBIs. It's a 1-2. That's a good 1-2 to start your lineup.
And both have had a hit tonight, so yeah, so status quo will continue.
So we're projecting a line drive out here to the left center field.
I think Navarro wants that. He fouls that one off. See if that battle rages on the rest of the season.
We may have just started a war here.
First of 2 games this week between these two. There's a pop-up handled by Cody Wilson, who is playing shallow. 2 away.
Vinny's due for a nice, good poke here. See him hit something solid into a gap or something. Just find a hole.
Game between these two down at Lake Worth was postponed on Tuesday, so we'll try to make it up tomorrow there at Palm Beach as we play those back-to-back games on opposing campuses.
Just getting an off day yesterday with the rain. You don't really consider those off days. You get all ready, you get hyped for the game.
Yeah,
and
not the same.
And it's not the same.
Sent to center. Sparks underneath. Had to move maybe a step. And the side is retired. Capra flies out an F8. And that will end the 5th inning. We'll take a break. 3-2 the score. Titans holding on to the 1-run game against the Panthers. We'll be back.
Join veteran sportscaster Jeff Radcliffe as he hosts Eastern Florida State College coaches and student athletes for a closer look inside Titan sports. Produced in partnership with Florida Today, the weekly in-depth program covers the 11 Titan men's and women's sports teams through game footage and coaches' analysis. Get closer to the action Thursday nights at 8 here on WEFS.
Eastern Florida State College. This is where you discover new opportunities, where you pursue your dreams, and careers take flight. Apply now for new bachelor and associate degree programs in business, healthcare, computer technology, and other growing fields. Eastern Florida, where Titans rise. Apply today.
We are back at Bruce Bochy Field as the Titans clinging to a 1-run lead here in the Southern Conference battle against Palm Beach. 5 innings down, 4 to go as it stands right now. And we'll lead off the 6th inning here. Palm Beach with Tyler Hallis, second baseman. Take a strike.
Very impressive outing there by Lemieux. His last outing, these pitchers, these big left-handers starting to show some conditioning, endurance in the middle part of this ball game. Starting to settle in, is what you call it.
Yeah, all the action happened in those first couple of innings, at least for Eastern Florida. Had all 3 of the runs in the first. Palm Beach came back in the 3rd and 4th with a run each. And that's where we stand. Myers continuing on the hill. Hallis down on an 0-2 hole as he popped out and flew out back in innings 1 and 3. Not offering a foul ball.
Myers delivering his 66th pitch of the ball game thus far. Ahead in the count.
1 and 2.
Not a bad idea there. You like to miss down and in, have the batter move his feet, make him feel uncomfortable in the box. Just even up the count, 2 and 2. Still got a pitch to work with.
Myers, wind the pitch. And strikeout number 4 for Myers as Hallis is sent packing.
Hallis swung right over top of that changeup. Excellently executed pitch. Excellently executed.
Exquisite.
Yes. Extra.
Extra nice. There's Baylen Sparks. The big double and runs scored back in the 4th. Wilson brought him home. He's the on-deck hitter. That one inside, that one a ball.
Nearly, almost hit the batter. Still staying on that inner half.
Sparks.
Sorry, go ahead.
Allow me. Sorry, excuse me. Palm Beach Gardens is where Sparks, you were saying?
Yeah, I was just saying that that inside pitch. I'm surprised I haven't seen these hitters try to, on both sides, really kind of
Sure.
give a little more room on that inner half, maybe adjust where they're standing in the box and give up that outer half just to make sure they can reach that inside pitch.
Reaches for that one, sends it to right field where Duran waited underneath it. And there's an out. 2 away. Sparks is retired. Cody Wilson with 2 out. The right fielder out of Jupiter. 3 triples, 3 home runs, 25 runs scored. Steps in on Myers here. I'll take a hack, rolls to Vinny Capra. Easy throw to first. Garcia gloves it, and 1, 2, 3 go the Panthers.
Another executed pitch there on the inside. Tying him up, jamming him, giving Vinny Capra plenty of time to make the play. Makes it look easy out there.
Going to go to the home half of the 6th as the sun behind us starting to make its journey towards the horizon. What is shaping up to be a beautiful evening after a beautiful afternoon. Just the way we like it.
That's right. Sammy
Duran, John Capra, Luis Ciuro scheduled to hit this inning. So glad you're with us where we happen to be. I'm not sure why you're not here, as nice as it is, but
Yes.
glad you've made the choice to join us here on WEFS TV. Palm Beach, after hosting Eastern Florida tomorrow, will play 2 with Miami-Dade this weekend, while Eastern Florida will match up with Broward. Second place versus first place in that one. So a big weekend series coming up for the Titans this weekend. Broward began the day at 11-7.
Looks like the Titans 1-2 going into this game against the Panthers. As a coach, you like to look back on the season at each team in your conference and check your record. You always want to be higher wins than losses. So if they can pull this one off, even it out, and then carry that momentum to tomorrow, take control with a 3-2 lead in the season series. That would bring them some momentum for sure and reestablish their dominance at first place.
Turn your attention to the Seahawks, who they are 1-2 against so far this year. A little chopper, and reaching base will be Duran. So that'll be an infield hit or an error.
We'll give him a hit for that one. That was Santa
Okay.
really had only one option, and that was try to bare hand that ball and make the play.
So Alex Friedrich being Santa and being very
That's
generous.
That's
a
home
gift.
scoring, home cooking.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I believe even if he did field that cleanly, it would have been safe. So
Field hit for Duran. He's on first, and he will try to steal, and he's safe just under the tag. Stolen base for Sammy Duran. That is his 13th of the season. That leads the team.
it's like Coach Tyler Forbes there was right on cue with the pitch out call.
Saw it coming, couldn't stop it.
Yeah, still couldn't stop it. It looked like the tag may have been a little slow, but the ball definitely beat the runner to second base.
John Capra now. 0-1 count. We'll try to foul it, or try to bunt it. It is foul. Did his job protecting the runner on the first swing.
And here we have the stolen bases. Gets a great jump, doesn't even look back, so no hesitation, but
Easy.
excellent sliding to the outer half of the bag. That's what they teach. That's excellent job there by Sammy Duran.
Textbook. Runner in scoring position here for Capra. And drilled to the gap in left center. That will score him easy. Duran rounding third, headed for home, and it's an RBI single for John Capra.
Capra coming in clutch after not executing the sacrifice bunt. Does him one better with a RBI single. Looking to almost stretch that into a double, but excellent job by Burrows and Sparks cornering that ball, getting it in quickly.
Hear the chatter ensuing from the Titans dugout after that one. Luis Ciuro started the game the designated hitter. Now catcher, he fouls that one back off the screen. So for the first time since that first inning, Eastern Florida has plated a run. Sammy Duran with the infield single, the stolen base, and then brought home on the single by Capra, who now at first. Ciuro squaring to bunt. And a check swing. Strike two.
We'll take a look at the run scored here. Excellent job by Capra. Just getting the barrel to the bat, just really throw in his hands and in the gap. Make it an easy score for Sammy Duran.
Swing and a miss, and Ciuro down on strikes. Fifth strikeout for Mack Lemieux. Gian Jimenez now with one away, runner on first.
This didn't really look like Ciuro really wanted to even be up in that at bat. He kind of attempted to bunt a couple times. Maybe move the runner, sacrifice the runner to second base, and ends up getting the strikeout instead.
Second straight Puerto Rican now, the freshman Gian Jimenez hitting .330. 2 home runs, 9 RBIs.
A little tardy on that fastball from
Okay.
Lemieux.
In case you're wondering, Capra with 7 stolen bases coming in. A little dance there at first. The throw back, not in time. The happy feed.
That was enough to get Lemieux to throw over, get him to dive back at least. You gonna do that? Here, get dirty.
That one just upstairs, a ball. Jimenez flied out to left and struck out looking in his previous 2 plate appearances. Delivery, a chopper. High in the air, Lemieux's got it. Play it first, off the bag, safe. And runners are safe at first and second. So Jimenez is aboard.
It appeared to me as if Huggins had come down on the bag, still in time to record that out. It's a bang play, that's for sure, but I thought Huggins made an excellent play at first base to record that out, but let's see here on the replay, and
good look. Boy, tie goes to the runner.
yeah,
though,
that was an excellent call. Excellent call by Mr. Miguel Burgos out there in the field today.
Could not do what Mr. Burgos does. And now we'll have a visit to the mound here. As Kyle Forbes, official score giving that a hit, not an error. Ryan Keel will be former minor league pitcher and assistant athletic director. Played for Marshall University. Like yourself, former Division I baseball player, so what he says goes. A hit for Jimenez.
Yeah, weird to see a pitcher go with the hitter's side of things, but
yeah,
I'll take it.
Yeah, where does his paycheck come from? You gotta ask. Take the error off of my scorecard. 3 hits in the inning. Run all the way already in.
Excellent hustle by Jimenez, though, to get down the line after that high chopper.
Garcia upstairs. Ball 1-0. Runners at first and second. Garcia can put some wood on this, or some aluminum on it rather. Really open things up here. Check his swing somewhat. Did he go? Did not.
That was good discipline by Ruben. Time after time I've seen him chase that high fastball. He's a taller fella, and he likes to see that pitch up towards his chest, but he ended up holding back on that. Now he's heading the count, 2 balls, no strikes.
That's a strike. Garcia grounded out to short in the second, and struck out looking in the fourth. So 0 for 2 into this at bat, and we'll look at that one all the way. 3 balls and a strike. He's ahead in the count.
Got the green light here. Want 1 pitch. Make a good aggressive swing at it.
And he makes it his. Base knock to center. Load the bases with 1 away, so 4th hit of the inning. Will be Capra to third and Jimenez to second.
Capra held up at third base.
Not deep enough of a hit, huh?
Yeah, solely just because it was a line drive. You never know if for some reason.
Don't run yourself out of the inning, right?
Yeah, exactly. Some reason that thing catches some wind or is knuckling and drops back down. Second baseman, Hallis makes that catch. You get doubled off and quickly end your inning.
Ian Lyle now with bases loaded. 0 for 2. And he takes a ball. Grounded out to short in the second and flied out to center in the fourth.
Stay out of the double play.
Take that one just high a ball.
Yeah, Lemieux is really nibbling around the zone.
The stretch in a bit of duress here is Lemieux. Chopper to the left side, and there's 1, there is 2, and the side is retired, so Ian Lyle did not take Alex Friedrich's advice, and it will remain a 2-run game, but there was a run scored on 4 hits in the inning and 3 runners left.
I guess I'll wear that one.
No. There's no wood to knock on in here, unfortunately.
But no, excellent turn up the middle by Halles and Santa. It's not a simple turn as both of them are on their back feet, or on the heels of their feet, and very strong throw by Halles to turn that over, get the double play, prevent a run from scoring.
Yeah, much needed from the Panthers. As one player up in the Panthers bullpen.
Another left-hander you don't always see with the left-hander going so deep into the ball game. Usually coaches elect to switch it up and
yeah, exactly.
maybe go with the right-hander or some kind of something different arm slot for the batter to have to adjust and get used to. But you never know, could just be getting some flat ground work in down there.
Is Mike Imai. That is the case. Nobody in the bullpen for Eastern Florida, so Jeff Tam opting to keep Myers going. Save that bullpen for tomorrow, if possible.
Yeah, if it ain't broke.
Take a look at Coach Forbes, now in his 6th season. Native of Boynton Beach, went to Atlantic High School, played at Palm Beach Atlantic, and continued his education at FAU. Led the Panthers to a state title back in 2013 in the Junior College World Series. He was the FCSAA Coach of the Year back in 2013 as well, as they were the national runners-up. Had a pretty good season last year, 41-17, and ascended to as high as number 6 in the nation.
Well, Jeff, as you mentioned earlier, it's nice to kind of save the arms in the bullpen as these teams were projected to have an off day tomorrow. Since the rain out yesterday, now they'll be playing, what, 4 games consecutively.
Yeah.
Now that this one ties in, and they got to make up tomorrow, and then they got 2 at Miami-Dade following Friday, Saturday.
It's a different setup, I think, in the junior college ranks, really, than what you would see at the NCAA level, where, yeah, you may have you always have your Friday, Saturday weekend series against a conference opponent, and then maybe a game of Tuesday, maybe Tuesday and a Wednesday, or just a Wednesday. It's kind of a routine, isn't it? Is it not? It's a little bit different here.
It is, because you don't have the 3-game series as much. You get the 2-game series, which...
And then you just butt them up together.
Exactly.
Makes like a 4-game series. If you have the rain out, rather. Myers ahead in the count, 2-1. There's a strike, 2-2 to Luis Diaz Santa. Shortstop grounded out to short in the 2nd, hit into a double play in the 4th. He will pop it up. Really tough spot. Calling things off is Rodriguez. He'll make the play.
Rodriguez taking charge out there in center field, has call over everybody basically on the field, because shortstop controls who calls it off, who calls who off in the infield, and the center fielder calls off the other outfielder, so then the center fielder calls off the shortstop. So
An knee bone's connected to the leg bone. Leg bone's connected to the hip bone.
Did you guys get all that?
Crunch go the cleats here on a Wednesday night. This is Tyler Huggins, 6'2", 195-pound freshman. Did have a single, so he's 1 and 2. Seen his last at bat back in the 4th. Huggins entered the game hitting .257. A 1-1. Fly ball to the right side, in foul territory, and lands on the pitching rubber of the bullpen.
Three Titans hustling over, understanding their grounds, the room they have in foul territory.
Got to run a long way And of course, every bit that you run, you got to get that distance back on your way out. So you take your time on the way back, right?
Sure. They'll wait for you.
A 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So that is strikeout number 5 for Matt Myers.
Once again, Myers looking very strong in these later innings. Using that fastball, two-seam run action away from the right-handed batter.
That brings up Shane Olive with 2 away. Olive 0 for 2. Struck out in the 3rd and flied out in the 4th. Take that one low in the dirt, a ball.
If anybody needs to know where R.J. Diet's pitch count is, it would be Olive, since he is catching for his ball team. So imagine him. It looks like he did move back off the plate a little bit compared to his previous at bat. Starting to recognize that inside pitch being called consistently.
It's 2-1 now on Olive. Olive, the last time he faced Eastern Florida, went 2 for 4 and 2 runs batted in. Take that one, a ball. 3-1.
Good pitch. Just off the edge, according to Mr. Diet, home plate.
Swung on to short. Picked up by Vinny Capra on to first in time. 1, 2, 3 go the Panthers here in the 7th. So Matt Myers getting the job done. He's pitched 7 strong innings. Has struck out 5, and the runs he's given up have been unearned. So it has certainly been, you know, a good night to get back into form, as we said in our pregame setup to this game. That, you know, he was looking to kind of get back into the swing of things after a couple of tough outings.
Well, you can tell too by just this pitch, the command of the power behind that fastball, and just the excellent play by Vinny. It's almost automatic.
Head to the bottom of the 7th. 2-run lead for Eastern Florida. Myers in line for a win. Take a look. He does have the 5 Ks as we look back, as he spread them out throughout the game here.
There we go. There's that inside pitch calling early in the game. That another changeup beautifully dropping out of the zone. And then again, yes, Burrows again swinging, the first swinging strikeout of the ball game. And then another one. Obviously, that two-seam fastball working to his advantage as a left-handed pitcher against these right-handed batters. Those things just constantly moving, running away from him.
Hallis and Huggins, the last 2 victims. So each pitcher now with 5 strikeouts on the ledger here. Bullpen throwing continues for Palm Beach, and it appears to be Andy Roloff, a sophomore out of Coconut Creek, now getting warmed up.
And that is a right-hander.
So he might have been just a little bullpen work, as you alluded to. Leadoff hitter in the 7th is Manny Rodriguez. 1 for 3, takes a strike. And the single to lead off the game eventually scored in the 1st. Grabbed that out in the 2nd, fly it out in the 5th. Bottom of the 7th, checks his swing. Didn't go.
Good pitch by Lemieux, trying to get him to chase, but it's needed to be a little better, a little higher.
Rodriguez, a former All-Metro Conference performer with the Lions of Lake Nona High. Going to play at the next level, sophomore this year. He, Navarro, Vinny and John Capra, Luis Ciuro. Ruben Garcia. A lot of sophomores. Lyle as well. Looking to make the most of things here this sophomore season at Eastern Florida.
Yes, when you see sophomores, you also see expectations rise. You know, when you see a large amount of sophomores, these guys have some time in and they understand the goal. They're starting to get used to playing, you know, on each other's team and understand each other's strengths and weaknesses and grow together.
Full count. And it'll take ball 4. And Rodriguez, for the second time tonight, is aboard. I believe that's the first walk issued by either pitcher tonight. According to my scorecard, that is the case. So how about the pitching really tonight? Yeah, we talked about the strikeouts and the low run totals, particularly for Myers, but nice control tonight.
Yeah, it directly correlates, obviously, to the game. Really, a lot of those runs that were scored on errors, so the pitching has been excellent thus far.
Bunt right back to Lemieux. On to first, wide of the bag. In the meantime, Rodriguez will take third. And on the error, unless Ryan Keel rules that a hit, Navarro's at second. Well, that got some laughter.
Lemieux not really helping his case on that one.
Take another look.
Yeah, excellent bunt, and I don't even know if he actually thought he had bunted that in fair territory, but the first baseman was charging, trying to retreat back to the bag. Was unable to get there, establish a stance or a target for Lemieux to connect with.
Barra on the error at second. And Mack Lemieux did not help his cause there. Could have had one away runner on second. Now you got 2 runners in scoring possession and the bottom of the 7th, and you're running out of opportunities. Only 2 at-bats left. Poor timing. Capra sacrificed back in the first, has his first base hit, and it'll be an RBI. Straightaway center, runners on the corners as Rodriguez comes home as the 5th run of the ball game for the Titans.
And that's where errors can really hurt you, because infield, Hallis and Santa were forced to play in on the grass with the runners at third base, and that ball was just out of reach of Hallis. If he was playing back in his normal position, that would have been a fairly simple line drive to catch, potentially a double off.
That will do it for Lemieux as he will leave with a 3-run deficit. First pitching change will come here in the bottom of the 7th.
That's a good piece of hitting there by Mr. Vinny Capra.
So the errors really proves costly for Lemieux. He will exit the game and stands to take the loss. And as we alluded to, Andy Roloff, the sophomore out of Coconut Creek, Monarch High School, 2-0, 4.50 ERA coming in. 20 innings pitched, 11 walks, 21 strikeouts. Big right-hander, 6'2", 180. So what do you want to see when you're coming in a game that has not quite gotten away yet, but could? This is always a tough spot for a pitcher.
Oh yeah, you got to obviously attack the zone, fill it up with strikes, and let your defense work. It's whenever these walks, like you alluded to earlier, those first walk of the game, walks always end up coming around to score most of the time. I wouldn't say always, but a lot of times teams get in trouble whenever they start walking batters. So if Andy can get in there and throw strikes, you still got a double play in order with a runner at first, second base open. So get a ground ball, get 2 outs, let the run score. But I'd like to see the Titans see if they can't put a crooked number up this inning.
Sammy Duran, not the player you want to be facing right now as your first batter, cleanup hitter. Sammy now 2 for 3 in this game. The RBI single back in the first, did strike out in the third, but then came back with the infield single, then the stolen base, came around to score. So 2 runs scored for Duran in this game too. making a bid to be player of the game.
This at-bat could put a stamp on it.
First batter will be faced by Roloff. Work from the stretch. Movement on that to strike.
Start him off with an off-speed pitch, it looked like. As these Titan hitters have to readjust the arm slot. Is adjusting from a lefty to a righty. Something that you got to practice, really. It's tough to mid-game completely switch. You've had 3 at-bats against a left-handed pitcher. Now you're coming up with a righty. And
chopper straight away, and ball comes away. Safe, and the run scores. As there was a collision on the base pass, the ball hit the ground, and the Titans have scored another.
That's not
and
something.
You don't even get the out.
Yeah, you don't see that all the time. Capra did a good job at second to kind of put the brakes on to keep him from turning a double play, but it looked like Hallis wasn't even going to attempt to throw to first, or maybe dropped it on the transition, but Mr. Burgos out there is not giving him the call. All runners are safe.
Second error of the inning. 6-2. It's coming unglued. Before that bang play there, I was about to say how much does it factor in when you're bringing in, a different pitcher with that different delivery, different arm look. When you're a manager or a head coach, is that part of the plan? Is you really have somebody wildly different than what they just saw?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you'll see it quite often in all levels of baseball, where almost every team has one of those, a couple of those sidewinder guys kind of drop down just for really just moving the arm slot for these hitters and making them adjust and dial it back in. You get too comfortable, then you start seeing lasers.
Bunt offering there from Capra. There's runners on first and second. The bottom of the 7th. Runner at first is Duran and Vinny Capra at second. Big lead. Brother John will swing and foul that one back. Ball, 2 strikes.
Coach Tam letting John Capra swing away with a good sacrifice situation. Figured he's swinging a hot bat. Now he's definitely swinging with 2 strikes.
Stepping off the rubber is Roloff. Capra with the RBI single, the last at bat. Officially 1 for 3. Take that one inside, a ball. 1-2.
Yeah, it's tough for Andy too on that ground ball to second base. He thought he came in first pitch. Taylor made double play, and then Hallis got caught in a tough situation. Elected to go with the tag instead of just the standard 4-6-3 double play.
Foul back. And a balk.
It was like maybe catcher's interference.
So we get the official ruling here. Didn't see a balk.
Yeah.
Bases loaded now as Capra awarded first base. Everybody advances. And that crooked number, very possible here with none out.
Oh, yes.
2 runs already in.
I'm sure a nice number here would give Coach Tam the confidence to get Myers back out there again.
Ciuro up the middle, base hit. That will score at least 2. And a 2 RBI single for Luis Ciuro, the designated hitter. Ciuro, actually the catcher, started the game at the DH spot. And now it is getting out of hand, 8-2.
Ciuro With a great at-bat. His previous at-bat was the one where he tried to hit the sacrifice bunt and then ended up swinging at a pitch that was 2 feet outside. Coming back in the clutch at the 2 out. Or sorry, no out RBI, 2 RBI single.
Capra the runner at second, Ciuro at first. Gian Jimenez steps in and will be plunked. That's not going to feel good. Holding the forearm. And in a spot of bother.
Yeah, that hit him in a funny spot. He's reacting with some pain here.
Funny spot, not the funny bone.
I don't know. Oof.
Oh, trying to walk away. Trainer will come out and take a look.
Coach Tam looking in the dugout, potentially looking for a pinch runner to relieve.
Get a nice hand of Jimenez, who took one for the team, and really with a 6-run lead, not the most important, and not a Johnny Dorn situation.
Right.
So Cody Neal will go in to run for Garcia. See if he can continue. Base is loaded. And Garcia at the plate.
Andy Roloff just trying to get back in the zone here. Trying to minimize the damage that has already occurred.
Check swing gets away. Capra at third. Ciuro at second. Cody Neal now the pinch runner at first. Four runs already in the inning.
See if Roloff tries to get something down in the zone. Once again, the middle infielders up in on the grass, trying to turn the 6-2 or the 4-2-3 double play. I'm sure trying to get down to prevent that run from scoring and also collecting 2 outs if possible.
Strike to Garcia, who is 1 for 3. Singled his last at bat, but grounded out and struck out in his 2 previous trips to the plate. Port St. Lucie native holds off there.
Try to get him again with that nice sweeping slider that he got him with for the 2nd strike.
Garcia will drill it to the left and gets through underneath on the drawn-in infield. Scores a run, bases stay loaded. So an RBI single for Garcia makes it 9-2.
Once again, another situation where that may have been a pretty routine 6-4-3 double play if they were not in on the grass, but
didn't have as much time to react to it when you're drawn in.
yeah, right under his glove. It's like he had the range to get there, just didn't get to keep the glove on the ground.
5 runs, 7th. How about some more? Thank you, sir. May I have another? Base hit for Lyle. He'll have a double. And 2 more come home. It's 11-2. Save some of these for tomorrow, boys.
They're passing the bat in there. Hitting is contagious. I tell you what.
Ciuro scores. Cody Neal comes on down as well. Everybody this inning has scored, has come across the plate.
Looks like Coach Tyler Forbes has seen enough.
A 7-run seventh. How many times can you say that? And it does look awfully crooked out there on the scoreboard. And roll off.
Unfortunately, did some damage to the ERA.
Did not register an out. Keep in mind, all this has come with none out. Take a look again at Lyle. Just send it back to where it came from. Boy, you've been out in the field right now. If you're the Panthers, it's a long inning to just hang out there, especially when you're in the outfield.
It really is, and that was my least favorite part about being an outfielder, is when you get these innings that drag, and you got to try to stay locked in every pitch, and it just looks like a Ferris wheel out there. These runs keep crossing the plate. Everybody's passing the bat. They're having a good time, and you're out there just trying to stay focused and do your job when it doesn't look that good for your side.
Well, Andy rolled off a nightmare relief attempt, and he did come in under tough circumstances with the bases loaded, but was unable to get out of the jam, as it were. It'll be Chris Turner's turn now, the sophomore righty out of Atlanta. No record to speak of, but 4 innings pitched, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, a 4.50 earned run average. 6'3", 195. Sure, really rocking fire as he completes his warm-ups.
See, this is the type of situation where Chris Turner, the new pitcher, needs to understand that this is an opportunity for him. You know, the game may be out of reach, and he may think, well, the coach only put me in because it's so, the game's out of reach. They just need to eat some innings. But he comes out here, gets them out of this jam. This builds confidence for Coach Forbes to use him in a tighter situation next opportunity.
Especially if he can go the distance and save the arms on the rest of the staff, right?
Exactly. But with this hot Titans lineup right now, it's going to be a tough task.
Looky who we have here. Manny Rodriguez batting for the 2nd time this inning. So the entire order has batted this inning. 1 through 9. 1 again. Rodriguez, a base hit. Keep them coming. So an RBI single, and that's the ball game. So 12-2, a 10-run mercy rule ends it as Manny Rodriguez ends it early. So a big 8-run 7th inning ends the game early in 7. Titans get the win. They improve to 11-5 in conference. We'll be back to talk about it right after this on WEFS.
This is where we're building the future, where you discover new opportunities and careers take flight. Choose to stand where excellence lives, where Titans rise. Eastern Florida State College.
Come on, now you're on your way. Come on, like it, like that. Come on, now you're on your way. Come on, like it, like that. Come on, ride with me, now you're on your way. Like it.
Join veteran sportscaster Jeff Radcliffe as he hosts Eastern Florida State College coaches and student athletes for a closer look inside Titan sports. Produced in partnership with Florida Today, the weekly in-depth program covers the 11 Titan men's and women's sports teams through game footage and coaches' analysis. Get closer to the action Thursday nights at 8 here on WEFS.
Well, beautiful night for baseball. It ends prematurely, an 8-run 7th inning for the home team here at Bruce Bochy Field on the campus of Eastern Florida State College, and the Titans get the 12-2 Mercy Rule run-shortened game. And 12-2 it goes the final, and our Alex Friedrich is with the head coach, Jeff Tam.
Coach, excellent game here today. Excellent, guys. What do you have to say about Matthew Myers really eating up a bunch of innings? You guys have 3 games in a row to go now, so he's really saved your bullpen. You got a lot of baseball to play here in the next week.
Yeah, no doubt. He did a great job. You know, I was kind of getting, a little nervous there for a second. He was falling behind early in counts, and he wasn't putting guys away when he was ahead, and we had a little talk about it. My words to his and to his ears. And, he came out, pounded the zone after that. His changeup was remarkable today. Got a lot of put-outs, a lot of weak contact on that, and, that's huge coming into these next 3.
Absolutely, Coach. We really noticed the changeup and a lot of movement on that fastball as well. This big explosion here of runs, really. What do you guys in here drinking some Gatorade? What do you guys got going on? That was a heck of an inning.
I'm not sure what it is, but we'll take it when we can get it. We scuffled at the plate against Miami-Dade, came out with 2 wins last weekend, and anytime they can come out and swing it, they have the potential. They just got to stay within themselves and have the right approach, and this was a great result for us.
Absolutely, Coach. We appreciate it. Thanks for meeting with us, and good win and good luck next few games here.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Back to you, Jeff.
Thanks, Alex, and thanks, Coach Tam. A big 10-run win, 12-2 the final score. Eastern Florida improves to 25-10. More importantly, 11-5 in Southern Conference play. Palm Beach will drop to 8-9. They go under 500 in the conference, 19-18 overall, and we'll do it again tomorrow down in Lake Worth, and hopefully they saved some of those runs. So again, an 8-run inning. A lot of big hitters, everybody getting involved there in the 7th, and Matt Myers gets the win, an impressive outing. For Alex Friedrich, for our producer Darren DePatry, and our entire crew, I'm Jeff Radcliffe saying so long from Melbourne. The Titans a big win, 12-2 over the Panthers. Good night.